Please bring in the Ujjayi breath, and you'll hear the sound of the breath with the inner ear. And you can feel the movement of the breath inside the throat. So you'll feel it in the nose, sinus cavities, but also touching the back of the throat. And we'll experience the breath expanding the inner body and then contracting. So all those subtle sensations are available as your GPS, that which helps you to be grounded and present and stabilized in the here and now. Please join your hands together at your heart. And we will again sing this particular invocation and call a response. Let's begin. Guru Brahma, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Maheshwara, Guru Brahma, Guru Brahma, Guru Sakshat, Guru Sakshat, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve. Namaha. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namaha Hari Om Hari Hari Om. So giving gratitude for your inner teacher and those principles which create, sustain, and dissolve. May we remember that it's all bigger than we are. It's not about us. It contains us, but we cannot contain it. It is within us, but it's larger than we are. You may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. And this morning we're going to begin in quadruped to do a little bit of pranayama and movement. And I'm going to ask you to have a blanket for your knees. I just folded my blanket in thirds, so it's going to be a little bit higher. And the knees will be higher than your feet. So like this. Now this process you can adapt if you're sitting in a chair. You can make the adaptation. So we're going to be moving towards cat and cow. And then we're going to be moving into lion's breath, like that. And then there'll be a time where we use the hum sound to go backwards. So if you're going to do 2 chairs, you're sitting in one chair, your hands are forward on the other chair, and you can make the improvisation of the spine as you want to. For those of us using the knees and the floor, please place your hands on the floor. Let's inhale to cat pose. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale, undulate forward to cat and cow. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, undulate forward to cow pose. Lion's breath. Inhale to cat. And using the hum sound, let's go to child's pose. Hum. Inhale, cat to cow. Inhale, cat. Hum. Inhale, cat to cow. Inhale, cat. Last time for the hum to child's pose. Hum. And walk your hands back towards your knees. Rise up to sitting if you're in a chair, or Vajrasana if you're on the floor. You now come to your hands and knees, quadruped for everyone. This is from Monday or Tuesday's practice. Sorry that I don't remember precisely. They all blend together for me. So on the inhale, we're going to be reaching one arm forward. It's called ekahasta, means one-handed cow pose, like this. On the exhale, we're going to go under. Let me just make this lump out of my blanket here. We're going to go under, and then you'll be inhaling to twist. And we're going to exhale, return to table pose, and then we'll change to the other side. And so what I'll do is my right arm first so that you can see that. Let me just move the microphone. Okay, so let's inhale, reach forward with the right arm, cow pose. And then exhale, go under and lay the back of your hand, the back of your elbow, the back of your shoulder down. And inhale, twist to your left. And then exhale, push down firmly with your left arm, return to table pose. Notice how the belly was helping with that. Now inhale to cow pose. Exhale, under. Inhale, twist to your right. Exhale, rise to table. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, under. Inhale, twist. Exhale, press, stabilize, and place your right hand. Once more, inhale, left arm to cow. Exhale, under. Inhale, twist. And exhale, press into your right hand to table pose. Now please watch, I'm going to give you a second thing to do in the twist. So when we come down, and I'm going to say inhale, you'll step one foot back. It's going to make the twist is going to be more. And then on the exhale, you're going to lower the left knee, in my case, back down towards the floor while trying to keep the twist that you made by stepping backwards. So what you're doing essentially when you step one foot back, you're adding this extra mobility. You have more freedom. So you're giving a little more rotation. And then when you exhale to place the knee back down, you're taking some of that rotation and stabilizing it. Okay, so both hands. And then let's do the right arm first so that you can see in case you got confused there. Okay, so inhale, right arm forward, cow pose. And then exhale, come under, place the back of your hand, the back of your elbow, the back of your shoulder. Now inhale, step the left foot back and twist to your left. And exhale, start lowering your left knee back to the blanket. Inhale, twist left again. Step the left foot back. Exhale, lower your left knee back to the blanket. Keep the right shoulder grounded. And do that once more. Inhale, step back, twist to your left. And exhale, bring the left knee down, making it more firm. And now inhale, press into your left hand, return to table pose. Okay, second side. Inhale, left arm forward, one arm cow pose. And then exhale, come under. Place the back of your arm, the back of your shoulder. Inhale, step your right foot back. It's going to make the twist more free. Exhale, lower your right knee down. Inhale, glide it back. Exhale, return. Once more. And exhale, return. And inhale, press into your right hand, return to table pose. And then sit back in whatever is a comfortable position for you and your knees. And then please take a seat for a little bit more formal pranayama. I'm going to recommend that you test drive this, that when you take a seat on the blanket, and you're going to be in a short while, not immediately, but we're going to come forward and down to touch the head here. And that may be a far way for some of us in the morning. It might be a little bit stiff if you haven't yet had a yoga practice. So check and see if your head's going to comfortably reach. And then place your hands on your shoulders. We're going to go side to side now, kapalabhati. Come to center and inhale up to suspension. Exhale completely. And then deeply relax. Repeating that, place your hands on your shoulders. And then left, right, left, right. Come to center and inhale up to suspension. Exhale completely, slowly, smoothly. And then deeply relax. Tasma Shri Gurure Namaha. Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha. And keeping your seat, please walk your hands forward and bow your forehead to your block. Notice the length and smoothness of the breath. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Please watch here for a moment. So intermittently during this immersion, I'm teaching you more about the exhale suspension. It's one of the most powerful things we do in pranayama, but also requires an inner maturity. And I'm not saying that you're immature. I'm saying we need to cultivate a mature relationship to it, to the exhale suspension. And by that, I mean do it with elegance, with artistry. So when we come down here in a moment, you're just going to have the hands lightly resting on the small of the back. It's not a big movement of the shoulders like this. So it's light. And you're going to be exhaling to come down. The head will rest on the support. And at the end of the exhale, we're going to deeply relax all of the exhale muscles. And there'll be an automatic internal suction that happens in the inner body. I'm going to ask you to just rest in that suction. Don't try to deepen it, expand it, play with it just now. Rest in it. And then when it's time for you to inhale to come up without being breathless, you're going to inhale smoothly to rise back up to your seat. Because you've relaxed all the exhale muscles, before you inhale, you want to regulate that suction by toning the low belly. It'll release the suction effect, and then you'll inhale smoothly. So let's use the smooth Ujjayi breath while sitting upright. And then exhale, slowly come forward. Make a complete exhale with your head supported. And then deeply relax the exhale muscles. See if you can sense the suction at the pelvic floor, the inner belly, and possibly in the throat as well. And then tone the low belly before you inhale to smoothly rise back up to your seat. And then either pause to kind of recalibrate or rest in the experience, or continue. And I'd like you to do it 3 times independently in silence. When you finish your 3 repetitions, you probably have the last one somewhere about now. When you finish that, then rest your hands in your lap and invite your mind to get really quiet. And please come to Prasarita Padottanasana. Walk your hands out. And come into the Ujjayi breath. And let's see here if we might practice, even though we're not going to be moving down deeper into this forward bend, we're going to hold steady. We'll be practice the same kind of mechanism. So a smooth inhale, a smooth exhale, exhale suspension, where you're going to deeply relax the exhale muscles and kind of hover inside the suction for a few moments before you inhale by first toning the belly and then allowing a smooth return to your inhale. It's a real practice in not making yourself breathless. So when I say requires some maturity, it is this maturation that we're developing, and the practice is also cultivating the maturity with us. You'll get instant feedback from your body if you do make yourself breathless. And please walk your hands back in line with your feet, rise up to your hips, root down, and rise up to stand. So heel, toe, heel, toe. I will change the angle of my camera here. Let's continue with our Surya namaskar with the blankets for seal pose and anjaneyasana. So you can place the 2 blankets. They do become like a little blanket hurdle. I trust you guys can do it. My hands in my pockets for a moment. Okay, so to Anjali mudra. Raise up to the crown of your skull and try to set the crown of the skull, the upper palate, the throat, and heart. You're going over the plumb line. Starts the center of the front of the heels. So that's the back of the arch, the center of the front of the heels. Draw that plumb line up in the air. Using your ujjayi breath, take your hands down, wide. Exhale, Uttanasana. Keep the inner thighs toned, your inner arches lifted. Inhale, glide forward. Feel the completion of the fullness of the inhale. Exhale, deeply bow towards your legs. And pay close attention to how you deeply exhale, particularly from the depth of the low belly. And inhale, glide forward. Tone your upper inner thighs. Reach your heart forward, open your thigh. Okay, exhale, left toes back and left knee down. Bring your right knee in line with your toes. Inhale, rise up, anjaneyasana. Exhale, arms wide and down. As you touch the blocks with your fingers, inhale, straighten and strengthen your left leg. Exhale, press your hips back and bow your torso over your right thigh. Inhale, return to the base of the lunge. Keep the left leg very strong. Balance your right knee over your right heel. Then exhale, left knee down. So your right knee is going to come in line with your toes. Inhale, rise up, anjaneyasana. Exhale, slowly descend. Touch the two blocks. Inhale, straighten and strengthen your left leg. Exhale, strengthen and straighten your right leg. Bow your torso over your right thigh. Inhale, roll forward, basic lunge. Exhale, left knee down. Use the entire length of the breath for the movement. So you're really focusing on the synchronizing. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. This time we're going to step backwards to plank pose. So inhale, strengthen and straighten your left leg and take the right toes back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, cow pose. Inhale, seal pose. Exhale, table. Notice the low belly brings you here. And then inhale, plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog pose. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, glide up, synchronizing the pace and length of your movements and your breath. Exhale, descend. Inhale, lengthen and strengthen your right leg. And exhale, glide back. Bow your torso over your left thigh. So these are not complicated movements for you all, but the synchronizing is our primary focus. We're using the poses to give ourselves a chance to practice the synchronizing. So exhale, right knee down. And keep the exhale. Then inhale, rise up, anjaneyasana. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen and strengthen your right. Exhale, reach back. Bow your torso like a gesture of surrender. Inhale, glide forward once more to the base lunge. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, descend. This time we're going to be stepping backwards to the plank pose, so place your palms firmly. Inhale, straighten your right leg and take your left foot back to plank, all on the same breath. Exhale, downward dog pose. Inhale, plank pose. Arriving as your inhale completes. Exhale, cow pose. Inhale, seal pose. Exhale, table pose. Arriving as the exhale. And then inhale, plank pose. It's a small movement. Use the full length of the inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog pose. Now step your awkward foot forward first, and then your second foot, and bow to the legs, Uttanasana. Energize the upper inner thighs and inner arches. Rise up, upward hand pose. Rise up into your tummy. And exhale. So we're going to include Sarahjoy 1, so it'll be added to the sequence. With your inhale, Ujjayi. And again, like earlier this week, you're moving the same quantity of breath perhaps, but a little bit slower. Inhale, glide forward. Left toes back and left knee down. Inhale, glide up. Exhale, slowly descending. If possible, your in-breath and your out-breath are relatively equal to each other. Inhale, lengthen and strengthen your left leg. Exhale, glide back. Pivot your left heel down and inhale, bend your right knee to the base position for Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, just take the arms wide and hover over your right thigh. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, descend, come slowly. Inhale to plank pose, pivot the left heel up, step your right foot back. Exhale, downward dog pose. Now exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, rising. Exhale, descend. Inhale, lengthen and strengthen your right leg. And exhale, glide back. Keep your left hip lined up with your left heel as you pivot your right heel to the floor. And then inhale, bend your left knee deeply, just over the heel. Exhale, hover your arms wide. Inhale, rise up, root into your left heel to come up. Exhale. Inhale to plank. Pivot your right heel up, left foot back. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, plank pose, never giving up on the smoothness of the breath, even if you face a physical or mental challenge in the practice. Exhale, cow pose. Inhale, seal pose. Exhale, table pose. Inhale, plank, tiny movement, but gets a full inhalation. Exhale, downward facing dog. And exhale, first foot forward, second foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up. Please come down to Uttanasana to step backwards with your left foot and come into the base of your pose called anjaneyasana. And so you can see my left leg. So now we're going to be bending. The left knee is going to come up. So if you place your kneecap where it's comfortable on the blanket, and then the left palm can be firm on this block. Reach back with your right hand, roll the right shoulder back. Twist your chest to the right. So your right hand is prepared to greet your left foot. And then with the foot and the hand pressing against each other, press your left foot back into your hand, roll your right shoulder up and back, and open the chest and the heart. Sai Shri Guruve Namah. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Hari Om. Hari Om. Okay, with an exhale, let's take the left toes down. Now see if you can do this with the power of your core strength. Press into your right foot, your left hand, raise your left leg, and come up to parivrtta, parivrtta. And then return your right hand to the block. And we're going to step backwards to change side. Okay, and left foot forward. Touch the right knee down. Press firmly into your right hand so that is a support to you. Rotate your chest to your left, sweep the left hand back. So your hand is ready to greet your right foot. Roll the left shoulder up and back. There you go. Yes. It's okay to lift the corners of the mouth. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. You now release your right toes to the floor behind you. Press into your left heel, your right hand, and rise up. Parivrtta, Parsvottanasana. I'm calling it that because the back heel is lifted right now, so it's not really Parivrtta Trikonasana, but the distinctions don't matter so much. Come into a twisty standing position. And then exhale, let's touch down and step backwards. Plank pose. Knees down. Vajrasana. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Keeping your two blankets stacked as they are, let's bring the chair for our supported shoulder stand. We'll have two blocks between the blankets and the chair. So that's the awkward part. And as I said yesterday, the awkward is to give you some benefits, so thank you for tolerating it. And the benefit is to your neck, which you only get one of those, you don't have two. So I would like your shoulders to be at the edge of the blankets, and then the blocks go under the back of the pelvis. You know, at the yoga studio, we had so many blankets that you could stack 4 blankets for yourself, but I think at home, most of you just have 2. I hope you have a minimum of 2 blankets for your yoga practice. But notice when you come into this position, if it's possible that you have your hips supported, your shoulders on the blankets, and can you hold the legs of the chair? I don't have long arms, so for me to hold the legs of the chair, my hips are under the front edge of the chair for the moment. They're going to come out from there. So pressing the shoulders firmly down, step onto your feet on the chair seat, lift your hips, and then tuck each shoulder under. And raise your hips up. It's like a supported version of bridge pose, very high, or a supported introduction to your shoulder stand. It's a great time to notice in the low belly and the pelvis, how is the inhale being welcomed? And how is the exhale being supported? Let's begin to lower the hips down to the blocks. And take the arms overhead so that your shoulders will slide, especially if you're wearing a parka. It's very slippery. You're going to slide your shoulders off the back edge of the blankets. And then scooch far enough back that your hips are on the blankets and your shins go on the chair with your feet. Yeah. And as I said yesterday, your body will experience that as a continuation of the inversion. So keep your attention inward, please. So we say Guru to Brahma, Guru to Vishnu, Guru to Devo, Maheshvara. So we're acknowledging the principle that brings us from darkness to light. The principles are three: that which is creating, that which is sustaining, that which is dissolving. Shavasana is a dissolving practice, dissolving that which is outdated in the mind, dissolving or resolving the stress or tension of the body, and dissolving the sense of separateness between us and our world. Invite your mind to stay really restful so as not to intrude on the process. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Please make your transition from your Shavasana back to your seat. And bring your hands up for Brahmari. Let's place the index fingers above the eyebrows, second two fingers over the eyelids. Your thumbs will go to close the ears in a moment. You'll use the Ujjayi inhale and then exhale, and you can follow me up the line of the chakras. Lam. Wam. Ram. Yum. Um. Um. When you're ready to, release your hands back down to your lap. Let's join your hands together at your heart. And lifting your personal dedication up to the sixth chakra. And back down to the heart. Placing it in your community. And also this community. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.